What's up, gamers? This is That PlayStation Gamer. I'm coming to you guys with a brand new video. So lately, I noticed there's been a lot of I'm just gonna say bad takes on Elden Ring. And while I'm not a person who personally, is a big fan of the Soul type of games, I'm very transparent with that. I really appreciate Elden Ring, and I'm very glad it's popular. I figure I go over my theories why this game is popular. First off, it's rewarding. This game is a challenge too. It is a challenge, but it's challenging in a way that's rewarding. What I mean is, you lose to a boss the first time, unless somehow you get very lucky and just kill him on the first try. But the idea of the game is supposed to be: you lose to the enemy, you learn what the weaknesses are, you learn the appropriate strategies, learn their rhythm and all that stuff. And while I'm not a person who can really get into that, just because I'm someone who plays video games to be very casual, I feel like there's a lot of people out there who don't know it, but they want that kind of challenge. And I think video games overall have gone way too easy. I think video games have gone to the point where the gameplay stuff almost feels like it doesn't matter. Like, oh, it's all about the story. And hey, don't get me wrong, I'm all about a good story, but I also feel like the gameplay is kind of being neglected in some games. Games like Horizon Zero Dawn Horizon Forbidden West, where it's just like, oh yeah, the combat's cool, but we're trying to actually tell a story, so the combat doesn't really feel like a real evolution. But you get what I'm saying. Elden Ring is the opposite of that. Elden Ring is all about the gameplay, and it has a story. I don't think I've heard people actually talk about the story very much, so I'm not going to try going to what I think it's about. But I know something about like No Maidens and Scorch, something like that. That's like all I know about the story. But I think where this game really it shows is that people want a challenge. They want a game to be challenging but rewarding. They want a good loop. They want something that makes it feel like this you're making progress, even if you're not really making progress. You're just like making steady progress. And a lot of action RPGs these days, they try to go for this over the top action. This actually feels, from what I've seen at least, very grounded. Like, it's not like you're gonna like do amazing freaking combos or freaking slash them like doing like 20 billion damage. This is like, no, the boss is bigger than you. You gotta learn to fight that boss with the size you have. You're not gonna like suddenly just get like a growth potion. You're gonna be like, now I'm fucking maximum size. Just, I like this. I like this action. It's funny because they call it an action RPG, but it's like in a traditional sense, it's not. But that's that's a whole different thing. But I definitely think this game's also finding its audience because, well, surprise, the art style. I gotta say, man, this game looks amazing. Like, it doesn't look like the most graphically impressive game, like the one that's pushing the hardware to its limits, but it does look really good. And I think it's why it looks so good is because it has that Berserk influenced art style. And a lot of people love Berserk. A lot of people like this dark fantasy stuff. And maybe not everyone knows about that. Maybe people are like, oh, I've never, seen a dark fantasy story at all. And this is like the first entrance into it. It's like, it's actually a good gateway drug into something. And by the way, if you guys haven't, ever watched it, go check out the 90s Berserk anime and also read the manga. Because like, that stuff's good. But yeah, I don't know. I think it all differs from person to person, but those seem at least like it's the most universal. It's like people really like the gameplay, people really like the art style, they really like the setting. The game does look great at times, and like right there, and I feel like this. I feel like we don't get games like this enough. I don't feel like we get games that actually treat us like adults. I think there's games out there, you know, treat us like adults, but they kind of have to be, dark, edgy, because, you cut someone's throat. That makes you dark, edgy. And it just kind of feels like the video game industry is kind of getting used to that. But this is an actual game that actually treats us like adults. It knows its art style is messed up. It knows it's going to traumatize someone. And it thrives in those kind of environments. But Why do you guys think Elden Ring is popular? Do you think it's popular for its art style? Do you think it's popular for its combat? Or do you think it's popular for some other reason? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, make sure to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. I learn BS. This is That PlayStation Gamer telling you guys. I would actually check out Elden Ring if you're into Souls type of difficulty games, because I ain't gonna lie, man. Even as a guy who really isn't into that stuff, kind of want to play it. But I understand at the same time, not everyone likes the same thing. And as my mother used to say, if everyone liked the same thing, the world would be a boring place. Until next time, guys, it's That PlayStation Gamer. Sign out. Y'all have a good day now.